Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So dear Dharma friends, when it comes to ordinary life, there are certain qualities that we always like to appreciate. And without knowingly that kind of lifestyle itself going to keep us on this sansaric journey. So one of that kind of thing is contentment. We always like to be happy and we always look for contentment. And it is very necessary for the ordinary person. So, but you have to have idea why you have to have the contentment. Because just having the contentment not going to bring you any kind of development in your life. It will only for that moment, it will bring kind of facilities yourself to be settled down. Because we have worldly nature. That being contentment doesn't mean it's not going to affect by the worldly nature. Because that contentment also surrender to the worldly nature. So then if you don't see the bigger picture, and sometimes the contentment itself that you achieve can make you unhappy. So in the Vipassana level, that's why when you have the purpose to find the wisdom, the highest wisdom as a human being. So the Vipassana level of wisdom is the highest wisdom that any human being can achieve. So already 2600 years ago, the Buddha himself already taught this path to the world. But I don't know why so far the people couldn't understand that path. Because people, if they really look for the happiness and satisfaction, that is the place to stop. That is the place to settle down in the Vipassana level. Even then in that Vipassana level, that doesn't mean you suddenly get into enlightenment. You're suddenly going to transform this everything and becoming nothing. That deeper in conventional, even that having a deep Vipassana level of understanding make you completely free from this struggle of life. That is the most important part. So then we look for the contentment. Of course, in this conventional life, it is very necessary. But at the same time, remember, there is an art being discontent. So sometimes that we are afraid to become discontent. We try to always resist that nature. So that itself brings the fear. But just look yourself. When you have the contentment, who having that contentment? You. So who is that you? Means that's your mind. That's your mental formations. That's your sanskara. That's your body. That's your ideas. That's your feelings. That's your thoughts. That's your name. So is that permanent? So then when you come to a contentment for a moment, so whatever you settle down, whatever you experience, whatever you feel more comfortable, do you think it's going to be permanent? Then again, you're going to go to the contentment. Again, you're going to go to the contentment. The thing is, once you have that contentment, if you don't learn the lesson, let it go, you are in a big trouble. So look that when you have money, so why you should have money? That Without a purpose, when you have money, that is one of the biggest misery that you can have in your life. But look, when you have a purpose for something, buying a car or buying a house or doing some project, when you have something, it directs you to that level, little by little, little by little. So how about you don't have any purpose and suddenly you're going to get a lot of money. Then you go here and there in spending, 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 and that is going to bring a big trouble to you. So even look up the most of the rich people, once they become millionaires, what they does mostly, they start to do project and they start to invest it, put back that money all to the society and in many different ways. And they become more generous and start to release, and becoming generous means releasing from that. So the contentment is also the same. So what you have, what you settle down, if you don't develop that moment to attain to higher place, that itself going to become a big risk. So then in life, once you have the contentment, in the vipassana level, what is happening in the tranquility state, you develop the mind to stay in one point. So listen this very carefully and understand this very carefully and try to get what I mean. So you develop the mind, and then when you come to vipassana level, you deconstruct the mind. There is no mind in vipassana. You come to a point that everything going to become formless. So in that very moment, there is no person to experience the tranquility state. So that is the highest. So the contentment also the same. Once you get the contentment in life, using that contentment, and you have to discontent that mindset. Because otherwise, if you cannot do it, it become like a net. You get tangled to that. So then again and again, again and again, it becomes the part of the samsara. But having a comfortable, that the pleasant journey is not our purpose. Ending the journey is the purpose. So for that, then always remember that how to discontent this, the contentment. You experience it, nothing wrong. You come to a point, you experience, you have the money, you become rich, and then you give everything. How about that? You have everything, and then you give up everything. How about that? You accumulate everything, and then you give up everything. How about that? How the see that how the mind going to experience that? The vipassana the same. You come to physical, mental, that all the containment and the happiness and the satisfaction and the joy, the pleasure, everything. And then from there, you release that everything. That mental satisfaction, mental comfort, mental joy is the highest than this physical. In this physical world, what you look for through things, through places, through people, through material, you never going to find. Why? Because it is inside you. You look, you try to find it through others. So somehow you're going to end within yourself. So that this mental satisfaction, mental joy, mental pleasure is more higher than the soul. So the vipassana level, in the tranquility meditation, you achieve to that. And when it comes to the vipassana level of understanding, you release that everything from your mind. That is where your mind get out of all the mental formations. Otherwise, if you experience something, if you look for something or some place to settle down, remember, it is still belong to the samsara. So if you look for the contentment and stay there, that's mean that is kind of like you finding a more safe place, thinking it is a safe place for you, but still it belong to worldly nature. It belong to conditions. If something belong to conditions, that always belong to change. So then in conventionally for children, it is good. We have to tell, when we use with the material things and practice the contentment. It is good. Otherwise, they always keep asking from parents, so whatever they have, have the contentment. Then it make your mind more relaxed and comfortable. But don't settle down there. That is the point. Don't settle down there and go beyond it. And then get the ability, get used to discontent. Once you able to go with the discontent, and you're not going to disturb, you're not going to look for contentment, then it itself become a blessing for you. Itself your mind going to be rest. So that is the art of practicing vipassana. I think it is for all human beings. If all human beings practice that, I every day wish in my heart, if the all human beings practice this vipassana, art of this living, even in conventional level of vipassana, there is the vipassana level that not conventional mind, but even at least this understanding in this conventional level of the idea about the vipassana, it's going to take that human life to a completely different place, that himself, not about others, herself, not about others, that himself, herself, that going to have a very comfortable life deeper in their own heart. What else they? So that's why you have to learn. So today, I'm going to tell you this, how to discontent. Because this contentment we're looking through love in a certain way. And in the love that we have in this conventional life, inherent with some beautiful things, and sometimes you never thought about it. And even you never had time to look what is this inside love. So today I'm going to unveil and take out your love from this cocoon and see and what is wrapped with it, and see what it is. So there are, when it comes to this conventional love, there are certain things. It's mainly 8 qualities. So one is, people love to be needy, and they always like to be needy. If other person need you, you like it. Even the God the same. If all the humanity don't go to any place, and if don't pray the God going to be depressed. They like, people like can go and pray, they like. See, that they also have that needy idea. If the whole entire human being, just imagine just for a moment, if the entire the humanity, for a moment, if they come to a point not to have any single thought about the God, forget about it, give up completely, no need anymore. They take out that neediness, and then they go depressed, because they like when you pray. If anybody like when they call your name, if anybody like, yourself, if somebody, call you and tell always your name, send messages, send emails, always look and see how you do, and then people like it. So that is itself keep you bound to this samsara. So in the vipassana level, one thing, you can have the love, but challenge yourself. Then you will see how peaceful, how beautiful your life you can experience. And don't be needy. Be completely free from others. And don't love to be needy. And if other people come to see you, ask about you and looking for you, so then you feel so comfortable, you feel so happy. Get out of it. It's nothing to do with the love. These things cover up your love, and because of that, it's like the cloud cover the sun, cover the moon, you cannot shine. Those are the things. One is you love to be needy, get out of that. So then you become more strong. You will see. You become confident. So in the practice of Vipassana, one of the thing is you become confident. Then see that when the Buddha himself, all the five ascetics and everybody disappeared, how he attained to enlightenment? Himself. So get out of this needy mindset. And even don't have children, and don't inject this needy mind. There's sometimes parent that not allow children to be independent. They parenting children thinking, you need me. You without me you cannot. Without me you cannot live. Without me you cannot successful. Without me you cannot go and get it. There are people I have seen, and they tell. They only think, oh, you need me. Oh, even the monks, even the gurus. Oh, without me, you cannot attain to enlightenment. You have to. You need me. So see, that's this mindset. Oh, without me, you cannot do the prayers. No. Oh, without me, you cannot do that. You cannot build that. You cannot become like that. No. We develop that mindset. The whole world. The entire this nowadays, this politics and everything, economy and the marketing world, the pharmaceutical, without us, you cannot be healthy. You need us to be healthy. So without me, you cannot find your happiness. No, 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 you need me. So the love to be needy, it is so big. It makes the whole world disaster. Remember that. It never going to heal the world with the love. It always going to make this place disaster. Same thing with your love also. If you love to be needy, remember you going to be end up being unhappy. So then get out of the needy. Deconstruct your mind from that. And then other thing is discontent from being need, the love to be need. The second one is love to be sad. Oh, it's kind of like people, and they waiting to be sad. Like that's why the Chinese movie industry becoming so big. Why? Because it's always end with the sadness. People like to be sad. And once a while, once a week, if they don't get sad, it's kind of like they don't eat. So they love to be sad. It's in conventional love, it is a part. So when you're having an affair, look how to get the attraction, and always like to you so like you are so sad. So people like it. People love to be sad. In the Vipassana level, no. You get out. You keep the love. You get out of the sad. You don't love to be sad. Remember that. Try yourself and you will see. Because this is a kind of way that we behave, we build up our world. We abuse the real love from these unnecessary things. And we covered, we trapped, we wrap these things with that, and you cannot, real love, you cannot shine. So one thing is needy, the second one is sad. So get out of it. Don't be sad. Why you have to be sad? In real life, ask you from your parents that when you become matured, look the life that you had in the past, and when the situations that happen, that whatever you felt sad, you feel shy yourself. You feel kind of like you feel, oh, what an idiot I am. That time I used to be so worried. So I used to be so sad. So then the sad that you're going to have in this moment also, within another 10 years, you see it is kind of like that. So don't be sad in life. Don't love to be sad. It's a kind of like, sometimes that you have to express your deepest sympathy, but it doesn't mean to be sad, because when you sad, it shrink your mind. It never open you. It weaken you. It bring unnecessary thoughts that this kind of disease and the toxin, it create kind of like things, chemicals in you when you become sad. So big, and how about when you love to be sad, it kind of like you attach to disease. So becoming sad is a disease. Remember that. Maybe you love to become that, but you are in trouble. So get into the vipassana level, and then discontent, deconstruct your mind from becoming this love to becoming sad. And the the third one is love to become weak. It's in front of you others. It's always you don't want to be strong. You intensely become weak. You love to become weak, and you can do it yourself. But you ask, "Oh, I cannot do it. Can you do it for me?" So, and sometimes you know what to do, you know how to do, and then but you show that weakness, and that is a kind of like people love to become weak, and especially in front of the politicians, in front of the chairman, in front of the leaders, sometimes even in front of the monks, in front of the guru, in front of the teacher, and you feel like you show you kind of like you are weak. Don't do that. It's kind of like you abusing yourself. So don't love to be weak. If you strong, keep that, because this weakness is the one of the thing, this that's why this that you cannot achieve to this, because other people that always once you become addiction to become weak, and it and you always become a debtor to somebody and something, some ideas, the same thing. That's why in the vipassana level, when it come to your life, you never allow to become weak. Any single moment you not allow your mind to decline. It always incline, incline, incline. That is where you go to the wisdom. Even in front of your husband, wife, children, friends and families. Never show off. You go decline as paying respect maybe. And maybe you want to be nice to others. And maybe you want to that to show you are so loyal to others. Don't show that you are weak. That is you destroying yourself. You will never end the samsara. You go with it, the samsara. So that is it. And other thing is the fourth one, you love to be careless. You love to be careless. It's other people appreciate when you become careless. Oh, you do whatever you want. Oh, you eat whatever. You go wherever. You do anything that come to. Oh, people appreciate. Oh, he's like this. She's like this. Oh, she do whatever. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't be foolish yourself. Don't destroy yourself. Be careful means that to put the attention and be mindful. Just know what you're doing. And why you love to be careless. Especially look at this young generation, this extreme sports. Destroy one moment of life, destroy everything. How many children die every day? Unnecessary. Having a human life is very rare. Taking this, take caring this life is not easy. And maybe not only you, and sometimes when you become careless, your parents become unhappy and they cannot sleep and they always worry inside. and they burning inside their heart, thinking about my children, why they became like that. You know? As a husband, wife, when you become careless yourself, maybe other person is the person that love you. In this entire world, sometimes people love more than you. You don't see it. So when you become careless, what is happening? It it give the burning, the pain to other people. So don't love to be careless. So see, that's why you become. See that's why. I give you one point that to make it more clear. So when the Prince Siddhartha, when he was 6 years practicing, he almost died. And he almost died. Everybody thought he'd already dead. And then he understood, hey, I cannot become like this. And then he get into the mind. And then he wake up himself. And start to go. And then he became strong little by little. And he start to become careful. So ourselves the same. Then what you eat, wherever you go, what you do. And you cannot become careless. But some people like to play with the life. And people like to take risks. But remember, practicing vipassana and getting into the vipassana is the real risk that if you can get. Try it. So don't be careless as ordinary person, because it's giving burning to other people. Especially not the people you don't know. Mostly the people who ever love you, they're going to have the fear, sadness, worry regarding you. So that is not good. Because whoever love you, at least try to give the peace to that people. So that is how, then take care of yourself. Especially wherever your parents, may they will be happy about you. So love to be careless. So take out that. Deconstruct your mind from that. And discontent your mind from that. So the other one is that dependent mind. Always that love to be depend from others. It's like beggars. And you have everything. Nothing wrong there. That you can do things better than sometimes better than others. But still, always depending. Always depending. No, get out of that. If you need the help, it is okay. But there is something that you can do without depending from others. Just try to do that. And then incline it. Incline that quality. Don't incline yourself, your mindset. So dependency. People love to be dependent. Even the nations. And they always get they like to depending from other nations. Then when they hear that other countries give money, they feel so happy. And they come to street and they dance. Oh, we got this much money from other countries. So like that. And they never want to become better and find their own lifestyle. No, they always like to, it's everything coming from other countries and everything, that take care from other people, they become so happy about depending. So when you practice vipassana, no, deeply, emotionally, that your with the thoughts, even your attitude in day-to-day life, you not become like that. So you come out of that love to be depend. That means you come out of that nature. And the other thing is that you always look that others the approval, appreciation. Otherwise, you don't feel anything. So other people need to appreciate you, cheer you. No, that is a conventional life. You are better than that. So there are few people sometimes in the world, they have the strong mind even not to hear that what others says. That is that kind of people come to success. Even conventional life, even eternally in practicing meditation also. So it is okay, you hear other people, you get the opinions, and but don't love to get the opinion. That is a mistake. You always love to hear other people appreciate you. So then you lose the joy inside. You kill your creativity. Remember that. If you depend on others' opinion, you kill your creativity. You cannot become real who you are. You always become puppet, kind of like a somebody. No, don't become like that. Another thing is the eighth one, the people like to have love to have wrong views. And when everybody see the right, that person want to take a wrong view. They hold it to wrong view. They like to. It's kind of like they have kind of like they thinking when they go against the right view, it's kind of like a radical. It's kind of like they are kind of like they become happy, kind of like a jihadis mindset. That's how they are people. Sometimes people. And when everybody they see this is not good to do, this is the right thing to do, but they don't take it. They don't accept it. They want to show up. Oh, I am young. Oh, I am strong. I am better than others. I want to show. I go with the wrong way. So people like to have the wrong views. So those are the eight things that our love, that whatever you mean by love, this your emotional love, this the your ordinary, this conventional love, this is what that bound with. So if you able to take out this all the qualities, this that I mentioned, this all the unnecessary qualities, becoming needy, and love to be sad, and love to be weak, and love to be careless, love to be lazy, and love to be depending, and love to be lazy. And that is one of the biggest thing. People, they addicted to be lazy. So then remember, in practicing meditation, it always make you awake, awake, awake. So don't get into that path. Don't decline your mind. So love to be lazy and always depending mind, and love to be controlled by others, and love to have wrong views. So get out of this all as soon as possible. At least have an idea. One day I want to get out of this. That worth for you, and it will purify you. Maybe this is not the time. Maybe you cannot do it today. Maybe, but at least have idea. I'm going to purify myself. So you can hear this video again and again, and you can go into the YouTube or the Facebook and learn these eight qualities, that the unnecessary qualities. You wrap your love with this and get out of this, and from tomorrow, like the sunrise, and you're going to shine, and there is no fear, and you're going to have the confidence yourself. And in this sansaric journey, wherever you go, and no one can defeat you, and yourself, one day you're going to find the ultimate bliss of Nibbana. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata ca ammihi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu Sabba sampatti siddhya idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.